we could ask the people to board the bus, but they didn't intend to do so. So we can talk about the left bank of our city, which is cut off from the other side. It's very difficult to evacuate people from there. But people came on the meeting point that was announced as being the point for evacuation, but the battle started, and there were tanks and shooting, and people were scared. And the people who were scared decided to flee. And most of the people said they will remain in the city because it would be too dangerous to travel. And only 4 buses left. And they stopped in the night in Berdyansk. They stopped also at Vasilievka. So all those people are traveling to Zaporizhzhia. How many people could you evacuate? Well, given these very difficult conditions, I have to highlight again, everything is under control of our so-called liberators, but in fact occupiers, who destroyed our city and who are terrorizing the 100,000 inhabitants. We, thanks to Inna Vereshchuk, the minister of the occupied territories of Vladimir Zelensky, who was in charge of this operation, 5,000 people left the city. It's a very small percentage, a small proportion compared to the total of inhabitants. So the 100,000 remained. A few hundreds were evacuated. We hope that the humanitarian corridor will be open. Will it work? Do you have any information about that? Well, again, from the very beginning of March, it was said that there would be meeting points for the evacuation and that we could start to evacuate people. So people were gathering on those points, but our buses were destroyed by the fire. All buses were destroyed because they were fired at. And the evacuation that was planned from Mariupol couldn't take place. In the past couple of days, there were announcements about an evacuation. So we published this information about this evacuation, but nobody knows if it will take place or not. And it was said that only children and women would be evacuated. Then it was said that it would be only women. So people are expecting and waiting. And they're waiting for a bus at the point we have defined, at the meeting point. But we don't have it yet. We hope that the occupier will allow us to evacuate those people and that the bus will travel along the path we have defined, and that we'll be able then to pick up some more passengers through Berdyansk and go to Zaporizhzhia. But, however, there's no bus for the time being. We asked for 22 buses that were supposed to be there at 2 p.m., but now it's 3:05 local time, and there's nothing. People are waiting, but
Пане Вадиме,
nothing's
ми
happening, so
бачимо,
we're waiting.
що, наприклад, у тому самому Мангуші і чуємо, що дійсно відбуваються якісь знущання з наших людей, що люди записуються на так звану фільтрацію, там якісь тисячні в цієї черги. Як ви розумієте, таким чином окупанти намагаються запобігти тому, щоб люди масово виїжджали, чи що це за така процедура, для чого вони її
запроваджують? There are queues of thousands of people. Is the occupier preventing people from leaving? Why do they do that? This procedure means to forbid an evacuation towards the Ukraine. It's much more complex of filtering, and it's linked to the so some people can be abducted and held prisoner for a month. We have a clear position when we're talking about tortures. Many inhabitants of our city underwent tortures, underwent horrible things, not only men who are targeted by the tortures, but also women. And people who went through this filter witnessed, testified. It's a horror. It's an atrocity. The occupier proposed this liberation, but in fact it's a genocide. It's a ghetto that is being established. 4 centers are already existing, and my neighbor, who was on this list for the filtering system, got a number with a ticket, number 620. And these people go through this filtering station, so to speak, and screening station. And maybe this person will have the possibility to leave for the Ukraine. This is fascist methods that the Nazi Germany used. Now it's the fascist Russia which is using them. Can you confirm the information we have seen in the media saying that there are burials, mass burials, under the city of Mangush? Well, I have to confirm these informations. We noticed that the city, it's been 2 weeks that the city is locked up. No one can get in. Currently, they are using the method of cleaning. According to our estimates, optimistic estimates, if I may say so, over 20,000 civilians, children, aged people who are dead under the occupier's fire. We have also testimonies of the local leaders, local officers. There is a tremendous amount of corpses and people who are disappearing also. We have some information, but this information is difficult to obtain. It's difficult for them to disclose those information so that we can disclose them. Since it's war crimes, they try to hide those war crimes. This is why they use 3 tools to hide them. So it's mass graves, and around Mangush, or in Mangush, there is a circumventing road, and right behind this road there is an old cemetery, and there a field, and in this field they dig 4-meter deep burial graves, and they transfer corpses to bury them in those burial graves, mass graves.
Пане Вадимо, ми трошки втратили зв'язок на якусь хвилинку з вами.
We're losing the link with you,
Намагаємося
sorry.
його відновити.
We'll try to reestablish the link with you.